Today on the channel, I checked with the operating manual, I called up OSHA, and we've been okay to unbox the Slam and Stack forklift from the Mattel Wrekkin line.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WWE Mattel unboxing and review. And today we got something a little bit different. A little bit something with a twist, as we've got the Wrekkin line, the brand new Slam and Stack forklift. But for all your WWE needs and a whole lot more in the wrestling world, make sure you're hitting up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. This I had to pick up at Target. This is the only place I have seen this as of right now. Maybe it's a Target exclusive. We see a lot of the Wrekkin stuff at Targets. Of course, we go back to the Slambulance, which we did pick up and talk about on the channel. We had the Braun Strowman car. There was also the Rock blue car. I never pulled the trigger on that one. And then most Targets right now have that big rig semi-truck going on. I have yet to pick that up. I've been playing the long game on there, and it's not working out so well. Haven't seen that really drop in price any, but I'm waiting. I'm laying in wait. I will pick that up down the line. But this one here I saw this week, of course, part of the new Target resets. I said, a forklift, man, sign me up all day long. And it was only about $23, which is a really good value if you ask me, because you do get a Brock Lesnar basic with this one. And you got to think that's $11, $12 value. So for another $12 or so for the forklift, I think that does work out really good. And this is one of those things that you could use with other toy lines if you wanted to. Heck, if you're a guy that drives a forklift for a living, you might want this represented on your desk. Who knows? But we are going to do this unboxing review like we do all the other ones on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And I never got to be in a forklift. I've never moved around in a forklift. Of course, you guys know I spent many a year as a kid up through college working in a grocery store, working my way through life. And I was the master of the electronic pallet jack, though. I would have been in competitions if they would have had those things back then, because I would sit on it and drive it. I could do it with my eyes closed. I was just a menace to society with the electric forklift, or electric pallet jack, I should say. Forklifts we didn't really get to use. That was kind of a more modern day thing. Unless you're out in the garden center, you're putting pallets away and stuff. But a forklift, a very cool one. Of course, we think back to a few of the different times over the years forklifts have been used in wrestling. Wasn't it with The Rock and Mankind, a very famous one as well? Just very cool, and it's always cool to get vehicles, be it any line in this day and age, because the 80s were the prime era of vehicles for figures. Nowadays, we don't see a whole lot, unless it's He-Man, maybe a little bit of McFarlane from time to time, and of all things, the WWE. But let's dive in. Let's see what's going on here. A little bit heavy. There's some weight to this packaging. I don't mind that. It is, of course, the Wrekkin set. So you got all those play features to them. And at the end of the day, this is for a kid. But I think collectors like you and maybe me, we don't need a lot of that breakable stuff. But it is what it is. And I'm not even sure what I'm going to do with this in my collection. This might just be in a fodder pile. Put this with my accessories. I'm not sure. But we'll see what happens there. Being the WWE logo. You got old Brock down here. Just happy to be there. You got the nice blue forklift. Now, plastic-free packaging here. Everybody can put their grubby hands on it. Luckily, I saw this right out of the pack. But if this has been around a while, if this has been on the store shelves for 6 months or something like that, you might want to get a little cleaner and clean this up a little bit, get the dust off it, get the hands off it, things like that. But it does show some of the action features off to the side. You got Brock just looking like he's going to work, and there's not a lot of guys that drive a forklift shirtless. I don't know if you can get away with that in this day and age, but you never know. The 80s you definitely could, that's for sure. But there it is on that side. You got Wrekkin down below. Then the back of the package, look at that. It's Wrekkin. It's Wrekkin. We got all kinds of mayhem going on there. Just really great. One of these things this back packaging does, you're a little kid, you see this on the store shelves, your imagination starts running wild. You're like, oh, I could do this, I could do that. Really fun thing about packaging. Going back to me, that's why I love packaging. A lot of people give me grief on the channel. Why do you take so long talking about the packaging? Nobody cares about it. I care about the packaging. I love the packaging. It's part of the total experience for me. It definitely gets its just due. You got the Robert Rudmans out there putting copy on here. Got to give them their props. Give them their flowers, as they always say. So I love the packaging here. But it does say bumper to bumper destruction. Raise and drop the lift. Just the lift, I guess. Is forklift copyrighted? I'm not sure. Additional figures not included. It looks like we got some elite figures in here mixed in with some basics as well. So they work for everything. Poor AJ Styles is getting beat down by that forklift. That's hard times for old AJ. Hard times. So there it is. That's everything there. It looks like we get some pieces. I'm going to take this offline. I'm going to get all these twist ties out, get this out. We'll be back talking all things forklifts. All right, we got the forklift and Brock Lesnar out of the cardboard. A lot of stuff tying this down. I guess with it being an open-air packaging, they had to really lock it in there. So it took a while. You had the twist ties at the bottom. You had kind of the cording throughout, even into the steering wheel. So took a little bit to get out of the package, but we have finally got it there. And we're going to start it off. Let's take a look at the Brock Lesnar basic figure first, then some of the accessories, then we'll dive into the forklift, as the forklift truly is the main event here. But we do get Brock Lesnar. Now, I'm not really up on Brock Lesnar's basics, as I don't purchase his basics. I would assume this is a straight re-release, but it kind of looks like a different head here. I don't remember this head, but I assume it is a basic head that is being used for Brock Lesnar currently. Imagine it's in Championship Showdown packs, basics, things like that. But it's definitely Brock. You know it is. Got the Brock ponytail going on. Not the happy-go-lucky face on Brock Lesnar. This is serious working man Brock. He's got forklift work to do. It's not fun and games there when you got a forklift inside of a building, things like that. We got a nice sculpt on the beard. Like I said, the hair looks really good. Of course, this is a basic, so you got basic articulation. Arms go all the way around, side to side on the elbows, single jointed, back and forth on the hands, back and forth at the waist, legs up that much, back that much. Not a ton of movement here. Of course, a little bend at the knee. Boot cut, and that is it. No ankle articulation. This is, I believe, it's an old school basic, so the head isn't coming off of this one. This wouldn't be bad if you could pop this head off, maybe move it on one of the elite ones. We got a lot of smiling Brocks lately. Maybe you wanted an angry face for your Elite 99 or that Amazon exclusive 3-pack. You could have moved this over there. Seems not to be in the cards here. You do get the Brock logos on the front there and the bottom. On the back of the pants, you get Lesnar on the hands, and of course you got some of his tattoo work here. So not the best Brock Lesnar figure ever, but I think it gets the job done for what it is. Now we do get a pallet here, a plastic pallet. It is breakable, it is removable. You just plug and play and take it apart. Like the playability of that. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 peg holes on here, so you can put Brock, you can put other wrestlers. They can stand on this. Interesting grooves and cuts in this plastic pallet jack. Okay, this makes sense. So you got the trims in here. You can't put the forks from the forklift in there, so they do fit. And then you do have a little stand on the forklift here, so that does go through there. So it all works together. Looks really good. You get a pallet action right there, so that makes sense. And I like the breakability of this one. You can break over somebody's head. You can powerbomb somebody through it. Whatever you want to do. Choose your own action figure. Wrekkin' adventure is what you can do there. But then we get down to the forklift. Now this has got a little bit of weight to it. It's not extremely heavy, but it's got a little bit more weight than I would assume. Of course, you got 4 wheels like any forklift. Wheels very, very well. Back and forth very easily. Black tires, black rims, all that kind of stuff going on. WWE logo on the bottom. Nothing really exciting or anything on the bottom of here. You got some warnings, made in China. 2022 WWE Mattel, things like that. You got screws. If you really want to take this apart, you can get down in there with some screws and stuff. You got the back vent there. You got the new blue siding on the side. You've got a little bit of that caution kind of tape. The siding is removable, so it's kind of that wrecking aspect. You can take this off and hit somebody over the head with it if you want to, but you can't plug these in, plug these out. I think that is a neat feature as well. Fun for the playability for the kids, or if you're an adult collector, you can just keep it like this. You don't have to take that stuff off. Get the WWE logo, because a lot of forklifts, a lot of people don't know the WWE does sell forklifts on the side. It's one of their side businesses. Also, they do deal in go-karts, I've heard. Yes, it's true, go-karts, so look for that in the future. You do get a black steering wheel on this one. I like that the steering wheel actually does move, so it's got a little of that. Got a nice gray seat. The seating is not removable. Really funny, they even have a cup holder down here. So they have a cup holder with this. I think that's really a nice attention to detail. And like I said, you could use this maybe with your Marvel Legend, with your G.I. Joes, other toy lines if you really wanted to, which I think is a fun aspect of this, because the kids, if you got a good imagination as a kid, you can bring this stuff into other worlds and other playability, things like that. On the top here, you got a little bit of a racking kind of thing and a little bit of a stand. Yep, looks like this is removable as well, so the plug and play keeps going. So if you want the top on there, you can have it. You even get some lights, so you get 4 lights in the front with some nice stickers on them. Of course, the forklift goes up and down like a forklift would, so you just raise the forks up like that by hand. You can pull this off to the side. It kind of bends down. It makes it a little lever, so you can launch somebody off if you want to. Of course, you have this on there. Then you got a little bit of a base. You put old Brock on there, and bam, he goes flying. That's the way that's going to go there. Looks really, really good. And Brock, I'm sure, will fit in here. And this is a basic, not a ton of articulation, as you guys know. but he fits perfectly in there. So he fits really, really good. Just really, really cool thing here. This Brock I'm probably not going to use. He's going to go to a guy in the crowd, or one of these days I'll sell a bunch of lots of basics and it'll just be thrown in there. You know, if I had a son or something like that, my daughter's not too interested in this. This would be perfect for, here you go, I got your Brock Lesnar figure. Oh, Mom, we had to get this, you know, little Jimmy or whatever, little Nemesis Enforcer. He really wanted this Brock Lesnar figure, so I got it for him, and I'm just going to keep this for my collection. Maybe that's how it would have went, or maybe we got two. I would have been in real trouble if I would have had a boy that was into wrestling. We need two of everything going forward. Oh boy, I can only imagine. But we do got some other Brock Lesnars. We do got the one from the Amazon set. That one feels like more Brock in here, and I grabbed the hat. Of course, you got Country Brock Lesnar with the hat. You can grab that hat, put it on this Amazon one. We're going to put Brock right inside there. I could just see this. Now, this makes more sense. Get the Elite Brock, put him in the cowboy hat. This is Brock Lesnar working at Home Depot on the weekends. It's a side gig. You know, things are expensive with inflation. That's what he had to do, so he's working a little, picking up some extra hours on the weekend at Home Depot, moving around some garden center, stuff like that. But very, very cool. And if you're a kid, you know, a lot of fun on here. You can have people get ran over. You can play on the stuff. You can have people up here. And I brought my figure out here, too. This is Kyle. I actually work at Lowe's on the weekend, so this is Lowe's guy versus Home Depot guy. Sounds great. So let's just pretend I worked at Lowe's, and we're squaring off with Brock Lesnar. We're fighting on top of the forklift. No, it's my forklift. He gives me the old shove, and I fall back, and then I land on the pallet, and the pallet goes down, and then he dumps me down here. Or even worse, I'm on that pallet, and I jump there, and he picks me up. Oh, no, not the F5, off the forklift. Oh, no, Kyle's dead. Oh, there's just so much playability here. There's a lot of fun to be had, a lot of fun figure photography I think that could be had with this as well. Setting up a street scene, there's just a lot of uses for this, and for around 20 bucks, and play a little of that long game, who knows what you could get this for. Oh, the cage even can come off if you need it to. So, like I said, a lot of playability with this, a lot of fun to be had with this. Not sure what I'm going to do with it, but boy, if you got a kid playing with these things, you need a Valentine's gift here in a couple of weeks. This would be a perfect gift for a Valentine's Day or an Easter or something like that. Not some big USS flag like Christmas and your birthday, but something a little smaller, something in between. Just a perfect gift for the little wrestling fan or the old wrestling fan in your family. But what say you guys? How do you feel about this Wrekkin forklift? You picking this one up? Did you get the car? Did you get the Slambulance? Did you get the big rig? I need the big rig. One of these days, I guess. We'll just play that long game. It continues. But let me know your thoughts on this one here. Interesting, it's in blue. Wouldn't be shocked to see a repaint in red down the line. We saw that with the cars as well. That could be very easily done. We'll see what happens with that. But let me know your thoughts on this. Of course, don't forget to like this video. You made it this far. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. As you guys know, we got videos every single day and then some. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you do subscribe to this very YouTube channel. And then, of course, the Patreon channel for early access to videos like this, bonus content, exclusive content, Q&As, giveaways, early access to videos. Like I said, there's over 140 videos on the Patreon that are not on traditional YouTube if you search through everything there. So there's a lot of value to that Patreon. And best of all, you do support the old channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com, search Kyle Peterson. And then don't forget to hit me up and follow along over at social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for Brock Lesnar and his forklift, I am OSHA approved Kyle, and I'll see you guys all real soon.